Good morning. I thought I would go through some of my Blender projects. This won't be a video dedicated to 3D modeling, though I want to do something like that in the future. I just want to show some of my old projects. This was an old project of mine. A lot of these will be old. This was an admittedly very unoptimized project, but I am generally happy with how it turned out. This was a more recentish project of mine. I think it's a year old. I never finished it, but I got pretty close. It's a lot of hard surface modeling, supposed to be some sort of mechanical ruined golem, if that makes sense. Also, I started making this littler guy, but only finished the top half. Here I modeled a boulder, not super complex at all. Here is my dreadnought model. This is probably my biggest project that I've completed. A whole lot of hard surface modeling. This is also one of my bigger projects, but this one is older. Again, a lot of hard surface modeling. This was a project I started and never really followed through on. I wanted to make a hive city. I was laying it out, but never got to follow through. Now this is a more interesting one. This was going to be a board game. I never finished it, but put a lot of work in it, and I am still proud of the models I made for it. I went with a low poly, low resolution style. I wish it was pixelated, but Blender automatically blurs it. I turned this one into a creature card. I'm proud of this one too. I might turn it into a creature card. Same with this maybe. I'm not going to explain the game. That would take a while. This was an avatar I made for VRChat. I didn't play much of VRChat. I only played it to make some models for fun. I never made any good models, just fun ones. This is a robotic jar of mud. Here's another one I made. It's functionalish on PC, but I wouldn't play these models in VR. Here is a small looping animation I made. I'll probably throw up the rendered video on screen. Here were some ideas I had inspired by Sea of Thieves. This big chest would need to be carried by two people. These are like compasses. From what I remember, these are the rank badges for the mining faction, which was a part of this idea, I think. Again, this is just from what I remember. I'm not sure what this is. I'm guessing you need those keys to open this door. Then there's this basement. I really like the Sea of Thieves style, and I think these remarkably aren't that far off. It goes from stone, to bronze, to crystal, to golden ... fire crystal, to bigger. Very cool. Not gonna lie, that's like actually pretty sick. I haven't seen these in a hot minute, but I think that's it. So I'll go and open Photoshop. See you there? Alright, here we are in Photoshop. I've decided to incorporate the tractor golem into my growing roster of creatures, just like Kratos. Actually, part of the project I had planned for this tractor golem included mushroom-type creatures, which were gunslingers, an idea which I had drawn out a few times, and I used some of those drawings for some cars. Alright, I think that's probably a good first draft. Looks good. Now for our typical strategy of scribbling. It's very simple, but I do like it. If it was a Pokemon, it would probably be Psychic type, if that gives you an idea of what I'm going for. It's on like a floating pillow. This is so much more detailed in comparison, but that is fine. I like this. I think this is good. I don't want to add too much detail so that it doesn't feel out of place next to my other creatures. I really like this Dinsmeg design. It's small but bulky, if that makes sense. That's my favorite kind of mech design, kind of bulky. That's why I like Dreadnoughts from 40k. But anyways, I love this character design here. I know I'm tooting my own horn, but I'm happy with this. Now for this. I think I'm going to keep the weird eyes. Alright, I think this is good. Once again, very simple, but that is no crime. This really does give Dreadnought vibes, doesn't it? Yeah, I see the resemblance. Aw man, I really want to 3D print the tractor golem. Anyways, now for color. Alright, looks good. I think it's always interesting to see it without the outline. It still looks good. Alright, now for this. I think a purple, red and gold color scheme is the right choice here. Oops, my PNG tuber model hasn't been talking this whole time. Fix now. I don't think I'll add any glint to the eyes. I think it's better this way, but regardless, here we are, both colored and ready for background. Yesterday, I watched a very interesting film, Phil Tippett's Mad God. While I was watching it, I had very mixed feelings, ranging from holy shit peak cinema to I wish I didn't have eyes. Like, the opening scene where the assassin descends to effectively hell. That was awesome. Great cinematography and music. Wonderful way to introduce the viewer to the strange world. But then you have a whole lot of other scenes which I cannot describe on YouTube. They're that bad. Bad as in very, very difficult to watch while eating. I won't spoil anything because this is a movie you should go into blind. But you should know that it is incredibly mature, has a lot of gore. And when I say a lot of gore, I mean IT. You aren't prepared for how much there is. Also, you should know that Mad God doesn't have a concrete plot. There is a story, but it is very difficult to follow, and there is no dialogue. But anyways, once I finished watching it, I was obviously so confused and disturbed. And yeah, while this movie does have a lot of elements which are awful to see, it's hard to say that it's bad. The animation is stunning, the set design is impeccable. The creatures are incredible even if they are so disgusting. It's gross, but I can't say it's bad. It doesn't have a story, but it is really good at showing off its world. Well, it does have a story, but you will hardly be able to tell on a first watch or without supplemental YouTube videos. Immediately after I finished watching Mad God, I honestly didn't think too highly of it. But since then, as I've thought and learned about it more, I appreciate it more. And now, honestly, I really like it. I can't recommend it because of its demonstrably gruesome imagery. But if you are mature enough for it and know you can stomach it, then I can't recommend it enough, especially if you love animation. But anyways, now that my unsolicited review of Mad God is over, I can paint this background. Alright, look good. Now for this. Alright, I like this. Now for final touches. Beautiful. I like this. Perfect. I'm very happy with these two new additions to the family. Thank you for watching. After this recording, I'm going to immediately start recording a new video. I need to stock up on footage before I start my 8 to 5 job. But anyways, until then, good night.